Shalom Akim. It's your brother Samak back at it again with another video, giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, and double honors to our elders and apostles, which are at Great Millstone. And peace and blessings to all you brothers out there pushing His word in truth and sincerity, putting your videos up throughout the week to feed the sheep, and shalom to the the few sisters, sincere sisters out there on the comment boards, listening and watching the videos. All right. Now, this is Matthew 10:16. Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves. Now, we're like in our Clark Kent mode, you know what I'm saying? As we're in this truth, because when we're in the world, we're not trying to, be in full-fledged, teaching mode at all times, So you brothers, and you sisters want to make sure that, well, I'm going to speak to you brothers because we're the ones that's really teaching, to be wise when you're out moving in the world. Especially, when you're hitting highways, because you'll run into people that are regulars, at camp, my camp personally, we have quite a few regulars, we have quite a few regular scoffers, not even just scoffers, some people that might not necessarily agree, but they're really trying to build, in their own head, they're really trying to build and grow, whatever. But, you'll have these regulars that you'll see when you're outside of camp, in the workplace. Now, this is, it just so happens that we happen to camp 2 blocks down the street, literally on the same block from where I actually work. We've been camping there before I got the job, but it just, the Lord put me in that job, in that place, in that location. So, but I've been there for a year now, and, I haven't had any problems. Manager don't walk by a few times when we was preaching, coworkers, whatever, keep it cool. Nobody really says anything about it. The Lord put the spirit on brothers to be having certain conversations, I can't while, the manager walked by. But, that's neither here nor there. But the point is, because I work so close to camp, we have, and we work in Center City, we camp in Center City, Philadelphia. So therefore I work in Center City, Philadelphia. Now, the point I'm trying to make is that, so we have regular scoffers. This one in particular, we call him the mole, right? So he's always coming up, stopping, walking back and forth, scoffing, saying, calling us demons and saying we this and we that, whatever. We've had quite a few, verbal conflicts with this guy. So, and he knows our faces. So he happens to, I don't know if if he's homeless, if he lives downtown, but he's always downtown, just walking up and down, not doing nothing, never at work. I don't know what he does. So he happens to come into my store, and, most of the time I don't say nothing to him. I might just be like, what's going on? Keep it simple. But he knows who I am. He comes in, he doesn't need any help. He never buys anything. He just comes into the store and just sits around the phone cases and the phones and just looks around and doesn't really do anything, So occasionally he'll talk to one of my coworkers and to try to make it seem like he's trying to buy something. But, he's a rat, man. And he may be an agent, just keeping tabs on brothers, But the point is, you got to be wise as serpents, because we've had these conflicts with this guy. I'm not quick to run up on him and like, yo, what's going on? Because that could start problems in the workplace. He could start making false accusations. Probably got us on camera. You never know. So, just to be wise, I don't really have that conversation about what I do at camp when my coworkers see me. Whenever they do see me, I don't really have that conversation too much, because I work with them, so I know, and this is going to lead into my next point, because I know their spirits, because I speak to them on a regular. I've had one coworker that I actually could talk to about the truth. But the other few is I really can't do much. The spirit's too much in the world. So what you do is you give them a little bit at a time. You feed them a little bit. You give them the milk. Give them a little bit of milk here, a little bit of milk there. And see how they bite. See if they bite for the bait. And just gonna go into my next one, man, because the scriptures say that you gotta judge the spirit. And I'm gonna go to Matthew 7:6. It says, "Give not that which is holy unto the dogs, neither cast ye your pearls before swine, lest they trample them under their feet and turn again and rend you." Yeah, so you don't want to just be at work to your coworkers, your Jake coworkers trying to preach the truth, man. You got to be careful about that, because that could, ultimately affect your employment there. Scripture said, "Be not over righteous." So it's being over righteous that if you feel like you got to preach the truth to every single Israelite you come across, that's over righteous. There's a time and a place for everything. We put out these videos on YouTube. We go out and camp every week, sometimes multiple times a week if the spirit's on you. And that's the time and the place for it, And then in your daily walk, if you come across somebody that seems like they can get the truth, then you give them the truth. It's nothing wrong with that, But, the point is to be wise and to walk circumspectly, man. Know when the opportunity to speak is. Because you got some brothers that'll get into conflicts and debates with people that not even outside of camp, that could have been avoided if they would have just, learned how to control the conversation. Once you see the conversation going off a little bit, then you turn it to something else. You plant a seed, plant the seed, the Israelite seed, and then let the Most High flourish it. If you plant the seed in somebody's head, they might come back to you and try to have a conversation. Like, yo, man, I remember you told me, about our history a little bit. Told me look into it. I looked into it, man. That's some really interesting. Can you tell me more about it? Then that's how you do it. You don't just sit here and say, yo, man, you Israelite, this, the devils, man, the so-called white man's the devil. All these people heathen, they're gonna be slaves. We're gonna bash their babies, across the stones. Come, this, that's just not being. It's just not being wise, man. We got enemies right now. We got targets on our back, man, and we're almost out of here. You can't force the Lord's hand. We're going to be persecuted, but we're going to be persecuted in the Lord's time and the way He decides it. We can't force persecution on ourselves. Say like, oh, well, we're going to be persecuted and hated anyway, so fuck it, I might as well go all out. No, you can't force the Lord's hand. The Lord said be wise. That's contradicting the Most High, man, and His Son. That's not applying the scriptures. You got to be wise, man. You got to be circumspect about whoever you decide to give this truth to, whenever you decide to talk about the truth, because like I said, we're in Clark Kent mode, man. This is Ephesians 5:15. "See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise." Verse 16, "Redeeming the time, because the days are evil." It says, verse 17, "Wherefore be ye not unwise, but understanding that the will of the Lord is." Exactly. Walk circumspectly. Don't be a fool, man. Don't be a fool. Don't do what a fool would do. And I'm going to go into what a fool would do. I'm going to get that next precept after this. Like it says, redeeming the times. We understand what the times we're in. We're in a time of, we're coming into the time of persecution. The days are evil, but, it says understanding what the will of the Lord is. We understand the Lord's will is for us to be persecuted and to be tried and different things, but that's on the Lord's time. We can't force the Lord's hand, man. You can't force the Lord's hand. That's why, if you brothers want to wear your fringes out in public, hey, do what y'all do, but it's not the wisest thing to do in this time, man. And then, you got a lot of Israelites that wear fringes as like a fashion statement, man. And you could tell because of the way they talk about it, the way, brothers on Instagram, yeah, fringed out, fringe gang. Like, come on, man. It's not a fashion trend, man. The fringes were not a fashion trend. The fringes were meant for us to look upon them and remember the commandments, man. And, and now we got to understand that we're not in the physical state of mind anymore, man. We're in the spiritual state of mind. So now we think upon Yahweh Shai, and we think upon the kingdom, really to remember to do what's right, man. Because we're in captivity, man. You know. But yeah, I'm gonna go into the next precept. Got it up right here already. This is Sirach 20:6 in verse 7. But some man holdeth his tongue because he have not to answer, and some keepeth silence knowing his time. Yeah, you gotta know your time, man. Know your time when to speak, and some hold their tongues but they don't have an answer. If you don't have an answer to a question, don't try to answer it, man. Because you'll get yourself caught up in something in a situation where somebody with a little intelligence will make you look like a fool. So, that's another wise thing to do. Don't go into certain things that you don't know nothing about, like the tribe of Dan and flat earth, different things like that, man. It's that it's not even wise to get into conversation with, man, because you can get your words twisted, you can get caught up in different things that make you look crazy. It says a wise man will hold his tongue till he see an opportunity, but a blabber and a fool will regard no time. Exactly, like I said. When I said that don't be a fool, be wise. Know when to hold your tongue. Know when to talk about the truth and when not to talk about the truth. Know when to bring up certain words and certain scriptures and when not to. Like I do it at work all the time, but I do it subliminally. I'll go in on my coworkers, but like, nah, most of my coworkers are women. Most of the Jake's coworkers I have are women, and I'm telling them like, yo, women, Israelite women loves fucking shellfish, man, crabs, lobster, shrimp, and I be right at them like, yo, that's nasty, boom. But I give it to them in a carnal sense, not necessarily in a spiritual sense, like la da da da, and they get it here and there, and I'll go into the health benefits, and then when I feel like I gotta open it, I hit them with the boom, and it's unlawful to do it anyway, God never wanted us to eat these different things. That's why he made them to clean the ocean. I give them little hits like that. Yeah, Leviticus says it, give them a little bit of this. And then you sense the conversation, you sense the vibe that you get, because you don't want to be put in this uncomfortable situation in your workplace when you got to work with these people every day, that's just what a wise man would do, man. That's what a wise person would do. You plant the seed and you allow it to flourish in its time. So like I said, you plant the seed, you use certain words and scenarios, and then you figure out how to enter the truth, because this truth is a beautiful thing. We have life. We're literally holding the keys to life. And of course, it's our job to feed the sheep. And we want to do that, but we have to do it in order. And we have to do it righteously. We have to do it wisely, too, because we're also enemies of the state. And we also have enemies within our own people. So when you understand that 2/3 of our people are be enemies to us, they're going to die on this side, you got to understand that is a 66% chance that whoever you speak to is going to be is not going to be the elect. Only 33.3% of people that you run into are going to be the elect, and even the elect might not get it on the first go around, and that's what it is. But my point is, man, just walk wisely, use wisdom, know when to speak about the truth, know when not to speak about the truth. Be not over righteous. You're not being wicked for not repping the Israelite 24/7, or not necessarily 24/7, but not repping the Israelite out in public. You know what I mean? You gotta wear a shirt. I'm an Israelite with your long fringes on, walking around. Oh, you an Israelite. Oh, you an Israelite. You a devil. You a demon. You know what I'm saying? You don't got to do that, man. That's being over righteous, man, and that's borderline being wicked, because that's not being wise in the Lord, and it's going against the Lord, Because I felt that way when I first came into the truth. At my last job, when I woke up in the truth, I used to feel bad because I felt like I had to claim to be an Israelite loud and boldly, boastfully. I feel like I had to tell everyone, oh yeah, I'm an Israelite. I'm an Israelite. Yeah, I'm an Israelite. I felt like I had to do that, which I did it a little bit, and I got caught up with it, man. I got caught up with it. mock at work, mock people, co-workers mocking me, so-called friends mocking me, laughing at me, joking about me. And, I didn't care. It's not the point. But the point is that now when I'm in my workplace now, it puts me in an uncomfortable like a situation where I'm like, man, fuck y'all, man. They put you in that type of situation. You got to work with these people, man. So you want to keep that relationship cordial with the people you work with, And then when you leave work, you go and do your own thing, go into your shell or go around and be around the brothers, man. And that's what it is. Lord willing, this video was edifying to you, Akim and you, Akwathium. Until next time, shalom.